Welcome to Mountain Mom Stronger 2.0. Today we have a bike fit workout. So it's a full body workout. We're going to really be focusing on legs, on our core, on stability when we're on the bike. I have a set of 10 pounds, 15 pounds, and 120. So we're going to start off here with some leg swings. So we're just going to work on our balance, standing on one leg, swinging our leg across our body on a diagonal. Strong in your core, hips are level, shoulders are level. Opening up the hip as you swing back, but don't arch your back. Keep control in your core. Get your arms moving. So working on that balance, working on hip extension, and warming up our hips. Let's switch over to the other side. From the side, keeping my ribs stacked over my pelvis. Last one. And we're gonna make our way down onto the ground here. We're gonna go into thoracic spine rotations. So you're gonna place your hand through, we're gonna thread the needle and then rotate and open up, look up. We're gonna do a couple on each side. And then switch sides, about 5 on the other side. Notice if you feel tight on one side versus the other. Keep that in mind when you're stretching out after a workout or a ride or at the end of a day. Do a little extra time on that side. Good. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hip. We're gonna go cat-cow. We're gonna inhale and look up. Exhale, engage core and round. Moving vertebrae by vertebrae. Starting at your sacrum. Head's the last thing to lift. Letting the belly go as you inhale and look up. Exhale, engage. Couple more. Now wag the tail. It's a little lateral flexion of the spine, side to side. Look at your hip, over your shoulder. Good. Now we're going to straighten out one leg, adductor rocks. We're going to reach our hips back, stretching out that inner thigh. You can walk your hands a little further forward to get a deeper stretch. Couple more on this side. And switch sides. I'm going to spin around. Nice work. Keeping that back nice and flat. Try not to round it. Good. So we're going to go over onto your back. We're going to go into single leg hip extension. So you're going to tuck one knee in towards your chest. You're going to exhale and lift up. So now we're just priming our muscles for the workout. So we're activating our glutes. Make sure you're driving your heel down and you're not using your hamstring. Hamstrings to stay fairly relaxed. Only extending as high so that you extend your hip, but you don't arch your back. Switch sides. Two more. Now we're going to go up onto a higher surface, so you can do the same thing. We're going to bring 2 feet up onto the edge. We're going to exhale and drive our hips up. Oh, bigger range here. Really feel your glutes. Put your hands on your glutes. Feel them engage even before you lift up off the floor. After this, we're going to get up and we're going to do some plank walkouts and engage our core. Last couple. Good. We're going to get yourself up and we're going to get ready for plank walkouts. So at the end of your mat, we are going to walk ourselves out into a plank and walk ourselves back. So getting a little stretch in the hamstrings. Good job. Keeping tension in the core throughout. We don't want to cone or dome or hold our breath. We want to manage that pressure with our breath, with tension in our core. When we breathe, our pelvic floor and diaphragm work together to help trigger that deep core. Last one. Good. So we're going to go into some negative push-ups. So a couple options here. On your hands and knees in a plank-like position, you're going to keep your arms straight, but drop your chest down. Exhale and push up. As you're pushing up, you're hugging your heart. You can make it harder by going into a full plank from a higher surface. And the most challenging would be from the floor. I'm going to stay on this surface. Big exhale. So we're working our serratus here. It's going to help us stay nice and stable in our shoulders. And have a good strong reach. We're reaching out on our handlebars. Couple more, then we're going to get into the workout. Good. Let's grab your heavier weight and we're going to get into a staggered stance. So I'm going to start with my left leg, right foot back, and I'm going to hip hinge. Drive the hip forward. Reach the hip back. So my hands running down my thigh. I'm going as low as I can, keeping a nice neutral spine. We got 45 seconds on each side. 30 to go. Big exhale. Exhale just before you lift it and make sure that you engage your core and that your core is on and prepared. Your pelvic floor is engaged and it's prepared for this load. Nice and light on this toe. Good. Switch hands, switch arms. Little breather here. Get into position. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Hip hinge. Reach those hips back. Exhale. Drive the hips forward. Feel that tension on the hamstrings. Feel that glute engaging to lift you up. We're not reaching to the floor. We're reaching our hips back and our shoulders are counterbalancing, coming forward. Think of it as being linear, not a vertical movement. Shin stays vertical. Light on this toe. And then we're gonna pick up the tempo. We're gonna go into some squat jumps for 30 seconds after this. 2, last one. Set that down. For squat jumps, you have some options. You can squat, jump, land and come up, or do them continuous. Here we go. We're on. I'm gonna add a squat in between. Nice and light and absorbing with your landing. That's it. We're halfway. Good work. Keep it up. Watch that your knees aren't diving in. They're nice and stable. Nice big exhale in that jump. Nice. We're gonna get down into a plank position. You can do this from a floor. You can do this from a higher surface. And we're gonna go into a row. That's easy. You can go down onto the floor. I'm pulling my 10-pounders up. Keeping my hips stable. You can put your feet a little wider if you need to. Strong in your core. 20 seconds to go. Then we're going to give the core and upper body a rest and go to our legs. Hips staying nice and level. Almost there. Drive that elbow back. Pull the shoulder blade to the spine. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go into lunges. I'm going to keep 2 10 pounds. We're just going to do alternating reverse lunges. Here we go in 2, 1. Stepping back, alternating our legs, gliding that hip in, hinging, lengthening the glute, driving up through the heel. Power, strong in your core. Don't overextend through your back. Big exhale. You're doing great. Last 10 seconds. Let's squeeze in a couple more reps. Last one. Good. We're gonna go down onto our back and we're gonna tuck our chin in, lift our head off the ground, and we're gonna slowly move to our ankles. Here we go. Tapping your heels or your ankles. Tension in your core. Make sure you're not coning, you're not doming. You're breathing, keeping engagement. Slower, you're gonna feel it more. Slow is fast, it's my motto. Nice work, 10 seconds, you got this. If your neck's getting sore, you can hold your head up and do a couple just on each side. Nice work. So from there, we're gonna get up and we're gonna go into, I believe, push-ups. Oh, deadlifts. Here we go, back at it. On our left leg. If you wanna make this more challenging, you can go into a single leg. Keeping those hips nice and level, shoulders square. I like putting my hand on my back, my low back here to see that staying nice and flat. So 45 on one side, 15 to go. Find that balance, strong in your core. Reach those hips back. Three, 2, 1, switch sides. Got a couple seconds here to breathe. Get ready, so either staggered stance like so, or we're gonna lift that toe off the ground as we hinge our hips back. Nice work. Keeping level, keeping connected. Exhale on the lift. Last 10 seconds, then we're going into those squat jumps. Last one. Get ready for squat jumps. You can add a squat in between or you can do them continuous. Be my guest. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Squat jump, absorb. Come up and then get ready for another one. Nice and powerful and strong. Halfway there. Last couple, you got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. We're gonna go into that renegade row. So into your plank position, either on a higher surface, rowing or on a lower surface with your weights. Here we go. Slow and controlled. 30 to go. Shoulders over your wrists. Again, you can be at a higher surface or widen your legs for more stability. Don't have your bum up high in the air. Don't let it sag. Nice and neutral. 10 seconds. Finish strong. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna get up into lunges. I'm gonna grab my 15s for this round. We're gonna go into those lunges in 3, 2, 1. Alternating reverse lunges, hinging, pushing up strong through that heel, keeping your knee in good alignment, ankle, knee, hip, shoulder. No tipsies. Keep that big toe in contact with the ground. It wants to lift up, but ground it down. Connect with your core. 20 seconds. Then we're going down on the floor for some core. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's back down on your mat. And in a couple seconds here, 3, 2, 1, tuck your chin in, lift your head up, reach slowly for your heels. This is our last exercise, and then we're gonna stretch it out. We're gonna stretch those glutes out next. Connection with your core. Look down. See that you're not pushing outwards, that you're gauging up and in. You're keeping tension. Nice work. Laterally flexing. Try not to move your knees around so much. You're rotating from this thoracic spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Let's go into that pigeon. So we can press up into a plank, draw one knee to the center, sit our hips back and down, really reach the sit bone down and back. You can get nice and low. Nice work. Another 30 seconds here. Breathe, relax. You did it. You can really work up a sweat even just in a 20-minute workout. Let's switch up, press on up, switch legs, left knee forward, sit back, and rock side to side. Nice work. Enjoy the stretch, lengthen, reach, actively reach that sit bone back. Breathe. Then we're going to finish with some T-spine rotations. All right, here we go. So let's lie on your side. Knees tucked up. So if your knees are tucked up and you're still getting a stretch here, great. If not, lengthen that bottom leg. Make sure your knee stays on the ground as you open up. I don't have enough space to open up all the way, but you can if you do have enough space. If you want to just hang out here and hold, you can. Opening up the chest, rotating from that thoracic spine. because we want the rotation to come from our thoracic spine, and we need rotation in our thoracic spine for biking. If not, you're going to start using your low back and it won't be happy. A couple more, and then we'll switch sides here in a moment. Nice. Roll over to the other side. So again, you can have that bottom leg straight, top leg bent, tucked up high to your hip there, and then open up all the way or just part of the way. I find even just reaching the elbow down. Ooh. Exhale and open up and just relax. Last one here. Hold it for one more breath. And roll over and press yourself up. And have a wonderful day.